Hey guys, my name is Mike, and this is Math Tutoring with Mike. Hey, before we jump into our video, there are just a few things that I would like to review with you. The first thing is that I want to implore that at the end of this video, by the time that you reach the end of this video, I want to make sure that you understand the principles that we went over today in this video. So if you have to stop the video at any point in time, that you're confused, or if you have to rewind, I really want to suggest that you do that. The second thing is that after you've reached the end of this video, that you actually go back and try solving the example problems on your own. Doing this, I find, is very important with cementing the theories and cementing the understanding, that you actually understand what was reviewed. So, thirdly, chances are you came to this video with a specific problem that you had. If at the end of this video you realize that I have not addressed the specific problem that you are looking to solve, I invite you to leave me a comment or shoot me an email with your specific problem or specific question. And you have my word, I'll do my best to either preparing another video or reaching out to you personally how to solve that particular problem. Anyway guys, so on to our video. In this video, we will be looking at how to add decimal numbers or adding decimal numbers. What we will find here, or what you will see, is that adding decimal numbers are the exact same, it involves the exact same procedure as adding positive numbers or regular numbers that we have been doing. And what we've been doing, the procedure that we've been following, is we've been ensuring that when we add, we want to place each of the respective numbers or line each of the respective numbers under their place. So by place, let's just throw the number 8132. If you recall, this was the ones place. This is the tens place. This is the hundreds. And you may have a different terminology from it, but I think you would understand, ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. Sorry, this is thousands. I can't write and talk at the same time. And so what we want, if you would remember, when we were adding regular numbers, we would make sure that if we were adding 2 or 3 or 4 sets of numbers, we would make sure that each of the numbers lined up under their place. Okay. Okay, so that's what so we're going to follow the same order here when we're talking about decimals. The other thing to note is that when we were adding, we always start with the ones place. We always started with the ones place. Okay, so why don't we just quickly review how we added regular numbers, and we would do the same. We would take the same method or same procedure in adding decimal numbers. So we would say 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 0 is 3, plus 0 is 3. So this would be 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 0 plus 1 is 2. 8 plus 4 would be 12. And we could just write the other 12 there, or if we want to follow procedure, we would put the 2 there and carry the 1 and into the next column, and then that would be 1 would come down. So we'll take the same step now when adding decimal numbers. Okay, so let's run through a few example problems. for adding decimal numbers. So let's say we want to add 13. Let's do something simple, okay? 13 plus 2, 13.25. Oh, my handwriting is bad. Sorry, guys. So 13 plus 2, 5. And then we want to add it to 0.8155. Okay? So how do we solve this? First, let's make sure that we line up all the numbers in its correct place. So our next step, so if we lined up all the numbers, we could first put the 13.25. And then the second number that we're working with, we want to then line it up underneath. So our ones place for the both numbers would be the 3 and the 0. So we should make sure that they line up. So 0 and then point. And then the 8 is the, so let's review the place to the right of the decimal. So if you recall, this is the tenths, TNTHS. This is the hundredths. This is the thousandths. And this is the 10,000s, okay? 10,000s. Okay, so if we line it up properly, the 8 would go below the 2, the 1 would go below the 5, and the 5 would go next to it. The 5 would go next to it. So the one thing that may be alarming you right now is that, well, there are no numbers above for the 13.25. What do we do? Well, in this instance, what we just simply do is we add a 0 for the thousands. Let's use a different color so you'll see we add a 0 for the thousands and for the 10,000s. Okay? So we only added there to act as a place holder. So once we're there now, we can now begin the process of adding the two decimals. So we would always start to the place furthest to the right. In this instance, it would be this place here. So 5 plus 0 is 5. We then go on to this place here. 5 plus 0 again is 5. We then proceed on to the hundredths place. 5 plus 1 is 6. We then proceed on to the tenths. And we see 8 plus 2 is 10. So what do? For this 10 digit, this 0 goes right there. And now the 1 is carried. And we place the 1 in the and we place this 1 value in the ones place. So now we have 3 plus the 1 that we just put there plus 0 is 4. Let's not forget our decimal point. Okay, a decimal point always want to be aligned. You see, our decimal point always wants to be aligned. Okay, and then finally we have the 1. We can bring down 1 plus 0. Let's add another 0. Let's add another 0 here just to act as a placeholder. We can say 1 plus 0 is 1. So the answer to our problem is 14.0625. Let's look at another problem, shall we? Let's say we have 3.16 plus 4.02. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that that numbers line up according to that place. So the decimal place should always be aligned, as well as the value, the place value for each number. In this instance, it will be 4.02. And it's a case because the 3 is the ones and the 4 is the 1, so they should line up under each other. Similarly, the 1 in this instance is the tenths and the 0 is the tenths, so they should line up under each other. And then the 6. The 6 is the hundreds and the 2 is the hundreds, so they should be lined up under each other. Keep in mind that you need to identify the place of each number first. Identify the place of each number and then line up. Okay, so if we proceed to solve this problem, we start to the right, most right place, and that would be 6 and 2. 6 plus 2 is 8. We move over, to the next place. 1 plus 0 is 1. We bring down the decimal point value, and then we solve 4 plus 3 is 7. So now our problem, the answer to our problem is 7.18. If you have more than 2 numbers with a decimal, you just carry out the same procedure. It's the exact same procedure. 3.16 plus 0.025 plus 42.1. Okay, what you do is first you identify these places, but make sure that you line up. Okay, so you have 3.16 is the first number. The second number is 0.025. So the point goes here, and you have 0.025. If you look at the first number does not have a digit here, so we just put a 0 as a holder, just to hold the place. And then the final number, you have the decimal point there, and you see that this 42 goes to the right of the decimal point, and the 42 goes to the left of the decimal point, and then the 1 goes to the right. And we can continue adding zeros just as a placeholder. So once we can account for all the numbers, our next step is just simply adding. So we start with the furthermost right a place value. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 5. We move on to the next one. 6 plus 2 is 8 plus 0 is 8. Move on to the next. 1 plus 0 plus 1 equals 2. Move on to the next, which is the decimal point. We want to bring that down. And then we move on to the next one, which is 3 plus 0 plus 2 equals 5. And then finally, the 4. We forgot to add in zeros just to hold the place. Okay, 4 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 4. So then this answer is 45.285. Okay, I hope I provided enough examples. If there are some confusion or more examples desired, please leave me a comment below, and I will most definitely provide more examples. So you've made it to the end of the video. Good deal. I really hope that you understood what was reviewed today. Like I said earlier on in the video, I really think it's a good idea that you go back and try to solve the example problems on your own. That way you can prove to yourself, and you can help assure that you actually understand the problems. Well, until next time, with another tutoring session, another math tutoring session with Mike. See you guys.